The day that we brought Marie home from the hospital, I remember feeling very happy but very scared. I was feeling scared because this was another life that we were going to be responsible for. But I was very happy we were able to bring her home. She had been in the hospital. She was premature. It was an experience having a new child and being responsible for this itty-bitty thing that controls your life now.
The first memory I have of Marie is when she came home from the hospital. What I remember most is how difficult a time I had in saying her name. And so most of you may not realize why we call her Marie, in part because it started out me not being able to say her first name, Rozmond. And so I ended up saying a version of Marie that sounded more like Ma-wee. And so it kind of stuck. I have so many favorite memories of Marie. What I've come to realize that she really was my first best friend, and because we moved so much, it was really the two of us that were a team.
Marie had a passion for food. When we would go out to eat as a family, even from when Marie was a little girl, she would not accept ordering from the children's menu because she wanted just what the grown folks were having. As she got older and into a teenager and even to adult, Marie was an excellent cook. She was always wanting to, learn how to do different preparations of foods. Sometimes she would really astound me with some of the things that she would come up with.
My favorite memories were memories where I actually thought that I was kind of getting a little bit over on her, which sounds horrible as her big brother, but we used to spend a lot of time having to do chores thanks to our parents. And as the older brother, I was always trying to convince my younger sister how valuable of an experience it would be for her to help her older brother through this process. And she always obliged and was always so kind in the process. And as I got older, I realized that she didn't necessarily do it because I was tricking her into doing it. She just truly cared about me and always wanted to do things to kind of make me happy and feel supported. And that lesson got repeated again and again over time, just how much she had my back.
I think we had a very close relationship as a mother and daughter. To me, your daughter is an extension of who you are. I wanted her to grow up and be an honorable woman. I wanted her to grow up and be a woman of substance. When she went to University of Puget Sound, the college, she lived at home. That was, her decision. For me, I think that was just such an experience because here she is an adult, but it taught me, or I learned, how to respect Marie as an individual, how to respect her as an adult, and also live with her and still be her mother. Marie was a lot of fun. We traveled well together. We got in trouble well together traveling. It was all a lot of fun. And we just really got along.
One day, my family decided we wanted to have arm wrestling matches. My sister and I were arm wrestling, and I remember with all my might trying to arm wrestle her, and she just had this crazy strength that I could never figure out how she had it. And I remember even trying to grab the table and try to beat her, but I couldn't beat her. So I was the first one out in the family tournament of arm wrestling. The favorite part actually comes is when my mom and sister started to arm wrestle each other. And it was like a battle of the titans. And it seemed like any little issue they may have ever had with each other was all being captured in this arm wrestling moment.
Marie loved to help people. I believe that Marie was given maybe a supernatural energy in that area. So when the Lord was saying, okay, compassion over here, then she went over there and she stood for an hour instead of for 5 minutes. But she had this spirit within her to really reach out to people and really want to know more about them deeper than what's on the surface. When she did something for someone, she didn't want a lot of accolades about it, and she didn't want anybody to know. She was just doing it out of the kindness and the goodness of her heart.
When I was a kid, one of the things about Marie was that she was very easy to love. I don't know if I've ever met anyone else that was as genuine as her. In the world that we live in, people didn't always know how to truly appreciate who she was. To this day, I use Marie as a standard when I meet other people.
You guys know what's been going on with my health issues and stuff, so I won't go too deep in it, but I've had major surgery done and will possibly have some more and have some complications after that major surgery. But God has been really, really good because He has put so many awesome people in my path, like my surgeon, for one. I went into the doctor's office not knowing what was going on. He said, you need to have surgery. It was a whirlwind. But as we were talking, lo and behold, he was a man that loved the Lord. He loved the Lord. And we were able to pray. We prayed a couple of times. And several times he'd come to me and he'd say, me and God had to talk about you. And I think to myself, well, you better have talked to God about me. So and he totally, and what was awesome about it is that he believed, he's a phenomenal physician and surgeon, but he believed in his hands being guided by the Lord. And he prayed every time he goes into the operating room, which is a lot, to work on patients. And so that was one. Other times, the staff that I've had, that the nurses, majority of them were just amazing. And my brother came home, and I was very hesitant about that because I know how he is. But it was phenomenal. It was just phenomenal. He was so supportive. He was inquisitive. He talked about how I was encouraging to him. He was encouraging to me because it was like, just a big transformation, and anything I needed, he was there. My second mom, Miss Maxine, Miss Jackie, Miss Tony, Miss Daisy, people showed up and prayed, and it was just, even Pastor Borders came with his wife, Miss Jackie, and they prayed with me, and we had a spiritual, it was like a spiritual battle in that room, but it was a victorious one. So it was just, yeah, it was. So it's just, and everything was just right on time. It was right on time. So And as I still go through my journey here, I still, I thank God and I believe in total restoration. I thank God for the favor that He has given me with the doctors and the nurses and because it just some of the you've met some of them and it's just amazing. So the people that He has placed in my path during this walk, that is favor. That is favor.
She really is or has been my number one supporter. She's the person who I can truly say always saw the best version of me, even sometimes when I couldn't see that myself.
Marie was always concerned about her brother. And I'm so thankful and grateful for the time that they had to spend with each other and the sacrifice that Parrish made to come up here every week to be with his little sister. It was just like totally awesome.
Hats off to my sister. She's taught me a lot in these last couple of years. Taught me to be more humble. Taught me to be more thankful. Taught me to be more loving. If I could tell Marie one last thing, I would tell her that I love her with all my might. And I want to thank her from the bottom of my heart for loving me. And I hope that I can live up to the person that she was in the way that I live my life going forward. And I'll always miss her.
I love you, Marie. That's what I tell her. I love you.